PlanetSide 2 has been very well received, and it's a huge milestone in Sony Online Entertainment's history and our evolution now as a free-to-play publisher. And I think it was so validating, not only for the marketing team as well as the development team, when these reviews come in and when people are talking about it being Game of the Year or such the fresh, innovative approach to the game design. And it's really a proof of emergent gameplay and where Sony Online Entertainment is going to be heading in trying to shift the paradigm of MMOs and what they mean, and some of those old truant models of level up and grind and some of the mechanics that players are just bored of and they're tired. And I think PlanetSide 2 really proves where MMOs can go. And what we've seen is that it blows people's minds. The things that they didn't know were feasible in an online game world, the scale, the PvP nature of it, the fact that the players make it their own. And then I think what also has been so validating and so successful has been the marketing efforts. And that's not in a vacuum. And I know it may sound cliche, but I think that the power between marketing and development aligning really rang true with PlanetSide 2 and our teams being in lockstep. Our marketing strategy from day one, the tenet for the whole thing was the player is the advocate. And so we really thought about what are the marketing catalysts that we could create where the player felt more ownership over them. And all we had to do was sort of light the match, and then it took off from there. So every single piece of it was all about, okay, how do we seed this with our community? How do we get them excited about it? I think the other important facet is the post-launch environment of a free-to-play game, and PlanetSide 2 really proving that AAA quality game can support a free-to-play model and where the future is going. But it's so important to sustain that in terms of daily registrations and all the other KPIs. And so what do you do after that big bang at launch? And we've been working for quite a while on a YouTube campaign where we were able to pick different leaders for each of the different empires within the game, and they could mobilize their own communities in this sort of battle royale that's going to culminate in January in the ultimate Empire Showdown, where we're going to hold a community event. Again, players as the advocate, getting them excited about what's happening and wanting to sort of align themselves with each of the empires that they have so much loyalty towards. And then the program kind of takes a life of its own because these people want to be able to get into game and fight alongside the leaders. They gave us their logos and we were able to turn them into decals because, again, the development team was so behind the idea. Each one of those YouTube celebrities has codes that they're going to be able to give away through Twitter and get people excited about wanting to show their pride literally on their avatar and mobilize against those leaders. I think we did a really great job of picking a different type of entity or personality for each of the factions. So not only do they fit that empire so well, but they mobilize a very different consumer demographic. And our hope is that we can sort of broaden the reach of PlanetSide 2 and get beyond the core.